Hello there, I am Izzy Noodles. Welcome to a new walkthrough. We will be visiting Greece this time in this short and sweet endeavour. So we start off in this quaint little village section, so this is quite nice. So the gameplay of this one is very simple and it's not too long, so I recommend for a simple adventure if you would like to play for yourself. So yeah, we start off in this market square. There's a few things to find. So just in this box here, we have a small medpack. And then hop the railing. There is a gap for you to run through if you prefer. Got some flares just there. And right by this dude, we're going to give him a fright, really, because can you imagine in a real life situation someone comes over near you and just shoots a box with a gun? So just grab these Uzi Clips and then we can move on. So following through here, we do need to go to the right, that's the way we need to go, but we can take a bit of a detour for a secret. So come to the left, only for a secret. So shoot this box for some flares. Whoop. Okay, and on the wall right here is a button, so that opens the door just right around this corner. So we're going to make some hops and jumps out here. We see a gap in the railing across the way. We can easily get over there. So in this vase there's some more Uzi Clips. And then we're going to hop the gaps just around about to get to the secret. So there it is. There we go, pretty simple, and there are 5 of these dolls altogether. They can be used later on to pick up another item. And then hop straight on down, there we go. So back to this section, now we have that secret, we can take a right and continue this way. There is another box with an item just around this corner. So shoot that, we have a small medpack. And then into this kind of like a church-like building. That's how it seems to me anyway. So we need to head up to that way. We're going to use this table to help us. So just push it forward as far as it will go. You don't need to move it right up close to that opening. Okay, and just a standing jump is actually the better way to get up here. So up here, got a few rats, just deal with those. And shoot this box for another item. So this is kind of called Nectar of the Gods. Let me sidestep so you can see it. This is just a large medpack. So it looks kind of cool, but it is a large medpack, just so you know. So continuing down and out this way. So the goal that we're aiming to do now is open this door. There will be 3 kind of pulley handles around about to move each beam. And if you're going to miss one, it's actually going to be the first one. Easy to run straight by, but the first one is actually right over this fence. So there we go, just hold action to give this a pull. So first beam is removed. Okay, continuing on. Just climbing up through this way. It's pretty linear. Okay, straight on down here. And just turn this way because we have the second pulley handle. Awesome. Okay, and then continue this way, and we will come across the third one. So just enter into this house really randomly. Gonna just come over and steal this Medpack. They're watching a bit of a spooky film. We'll leave them to it. Exit back out. And right out here is the third handle. And a cat. Nice. Okay, so continuing, we will get looped back around. So here we go, we are back here. So just make your way back to that doorway. Okay, and here we go. This is a bit confusing because it's a very long door compared to a lot of other Tomb Raiders. So just press action to open that. And as we enter this new area, we can see straight away there is a gem in a lion's mouth. So that is something we will need to shoot. So come further back into the room. There are two sarcophagi. I believe that's the name for plural. So one here we have a Magnum. Looks like it's got the laser sight on it, but actually we will need to pick that up from this sarcophagus. So then just go ahead and combine these together. Okay, and shoot that gem. Don't be too far away, because for some reason she won't shoot that if you're too far away. And that gives us this very ancient scroll. So pick this up to trigger the next action. So we have these faces in the wall. We also have levers that are now appeared on the wall in between. You see the ready flowers? There's a lever now in that spot. There wasn't earlier. So let's take a look at the scroll. When enemies lay slain, plenty more remain, hidden behind a curtain of lies, awaiting your painful demise. There is but one to help. Can you face yourself? So essentially that final line that's in between the arrows, that is just the hint. The rest of it is just kind of a nice poem. So can you face yourself? So it's to do with the lion faces. So the levers will move the face that it's closest to. And each eyes are different colours. So opposite this one, this is the one I'm going to be moving with the lever. Those eyes are red. So that's the situation here. We need to turn the heads so that the eyes are the same colors when facing each other. And very simple, this is the only head that moves. So keep pulling that lever until you have the right color lined up. So this side we have green eyes. So come across and move this next head so the eyes are green. And there we go, puzzle solved. So that has opened up this next doorway and we can continue on. So be careful, we do have a bit of a hole just here. You probably won't die, but you'll take quite a bit of damage. So just hopping over to a Medpack. Okay, and then hop back so that we can safely drop on down the hole. So you can grab the vines here. For some reason Lara doesn't like to grab again when you let go, but that's fine. So no damage taken. And just a heads up, I won't go this way, but that is actually the final place we need to be. There's a temple there that we need the key for. So we will come back here at the end, but there's a bit of climbing to do to get up there. So that's the reason I'm just not going to go there and show you what's what. It'll take up a little bit of time. But essentially that is the goal. So continuing out into this really nice area. Just make sure I have my pistols, because I'm just going to shoot a vase. There we go. Some shotgun shells in here. And then crossing the river, be careful because there is kind of a hole. Hopefully if you fall you will land in water so you won't hurt yourself. Okay, and just coming here to shoot this, there's a medpack inside. If you are struggling to pick that up because of collision, just crouch down. Okay, and that is it, and now we are ready to hop down. So this is pretty cool. Yep, we are gonna just go for it. Sweet. 10 out of 10. Awesome. So next up we have this temple area as well. We need a key for this one. So inside here is actually where the main key is going to be. So firstly, grabbing some Uzi Clips from just here. And next I will grab a secret. So just behind the waterfall, just over there, there's an opening. So you can raise the platform on the ground. It is timed, it's pretty snug to hop into that gap for a secret. So here's the timer. The lever, I mean. Oops, out of control, might not make it. Oh. Just. But yeah, that's pretty darn snug to get through. So a large medpack as well as the secret doll item. Awesome, so let's continue. So next up, find this doorway in the corner, head on in. And we have an obvious trapdoor we can open. You do actually kind of need to be on top of this for some reason for it to trigger when you press action. And there are some rats, so just get ready. Just keep rolling. They can't get you if you're moving. Okay, finally. And then continue down to this suspicious wall. So press action to kick this in. There will be a couple more rats. Okay, just shoot these boxes here out of the way. And I will just come to the corner and grab some shotgun shells. But over in this corner is a button. So it's not showing you what it's done, but it may become pretty obvious. Probably not that obvious. But I managed to figure out pretty quick what it's done, because as I'm leaving the room, you may notice these vines, and then I looked up and then I saw this. So what that did was open the trapdoor at the top of these vines. We're going to start climbing up this area. Also, just to point out, until you find the main key for the temple area that I've already passed through that cave opening, there are some boulders up there on the vines. Those are stopping you from leaving before you're actually done down here in this section. So there is a lot to do down here. Gonna have a pit stop save. Easy jump to do, but it can be very easy to fall as well. Fumble fingers, where's the save? Okay, and you're just heading for the triangular arch of the opening. Easy to do, just walk, because some of these sections are sloped and you can easily fall. There we go. If you want, you can hit this triangular slope. Be careful though, because you may miss and just fall down. And right over here, this is a crowbar lever, so this is a hint that we are now going to be looking for a crowbar. So very carefully hop this railing, can be easy to miss. And interact here, we're going to grab another medpack. And that actually triggers some birds. So just make sure to deal with them. Oh, one is right behind me. Being very stubborn today. So also you can just shoot all of these vases out of the way. It doesn't really matter. But there are flares just in this one. And shooting them out of the way is probably for the best because we do need to come this way. Okay, so Medpack on this table. Just a quick detour for another Medpack. So you can hop this railing. Oh my good gracious, I never miss this. There we go. There we go, just in the plant pot. Grab that Medpack and return back. And again. Alrighty, so continue. Boot that door in. So just here you can take a left. Behind this tree, the other side, there's a big fancy door. So we are working on getting that open. So push this button, that will open that door. There we go. So quite a few items in here. We have shotgun shells on this table. The important item we came in here for, which is Perseus' sword. This is the crowbar item. And some flares. So now we have the crowbar, we can return all the way back. Okay, relatively easy jump. You can aim for this section. You can aim for the vines if you want. So there we go, use the crowbar. And that is just on the next level above. That is the key for this temple down here. I'll try and show you where that is. So just hop the railing again. Almost thought I was going to miss. So right up there above Laura's head, that's the pedestal that we were just shown. There were spikes around it, and now there's not. So now aiming for the vine, probably have a pit stop save. So you see the tile line just here, so where Laura's feet are. Make sure you're at least one spaced up. You can be two. I think either or is fine. So come all the way to the left, otherwise you might actually hit the slope and fall down. So hop back, and there we go. So just jump around here. And grab the key. Awesome. And now just head back down. Whoops, that didn't work. 0 points. That was rubbish. Awesome. So now we have the key for this temple section. We can head on in. Okay, shoot these vases for some flares, and we do have the chance to grab another secret. So shoot all of this in this corner out of the way. And literally just turn around. I didn't even mention like there's a sneaky gap, I just kind of climbed on in. behind these flowers. So just got to get past this, which is relatively simple. So kind of do an angled step forward, or the angled side step really, because if you do one step forward you kind of are in the path of this blade. And then just roll under it, time it right. So here we go, and we have some Uzis as well. Nice. So return back, so look at Lara's feet, make sure they are just past the grating. And there we go. So continue, oh my goodness, so to continue, push this button and we will drop down into a new area. So there's no enemies down here. You might think there might be like crocodiles and stuff, but we are completely safe. We will need to get this hatch open. To do that, we've got a bit to do just down here. We firstly need to find a garnet to place there. I believe the full name is Red Garnet. And just grab some air. To do that, swim up to this gap, but just kind of be angled. Don't swim straight up. Almost turn so that you are flat against this surface, because this is a funny section to try and surface into. I don't actually need to save my game right here. Okay, so look for this gap. Careful of this trap. Okay, and the garnet is at the top of this room, so this is actually pretty simple to get through. So there's 2 lion heads we need to shoot, or gems in the mouths. So one there and one on the opposite side. That got it. Okay, and that gave us a block just here to climb. Okay, easy jump, grab the pole and swing across. And then you do just need to time this jump, so it is pretty simple. And don't jump too soon. That's what I've learnt. You can just make out the garnet from here. Ooh, okay. Awesome, now we have that, we can head back. So don't forget about these, oh, spikes. Oh, okay, it's fine. They're not instant death. I get caught there a lot, so that's very handy. Okay, place the garnet. And that has opened the trapdoor, so we're going to go down there. It's a bit of a snug timed section. It's only timed because of your air limitation. So another save before going down there. And when you're ready, let's go. And there is a chance to grab another secret as well. So no traps, so that's fine. Just keep going, hold action to kick this wall in. Swim up a little bit. We need to pull this. Oh, Lara, come on. That was my fault though. Okay, that's what's opened that hatch. And then quick grab the secret just through here before leaving. Sometimes she struggles to grab this. If so, keep pressing action. and she's grabbed a health pack at the same time. There we go, and just climb on out. This closes as you are climbing out. I don't believe this is timed. I think it's the action of you stepping out of the water that closes that. So this is kind of creepy, but this is where I will leave this video for today. So I hope to see you next time. Take it easy.